Hi everyone, and welcome back to Mr. Miller's Kitchen, and welcome back to Cooking with Mr. Miller. First of all, I want to say thank you for taking part in the last cooking lesson. It was amazing seeing all your sandwiches, your cakes and your scones. It was great to see them uploaded on Dojo, and I really hope you enjoyed them. Today, we're going to be making something a little bit different. We're going to be making Mr. Miller's Bonkers Biryani. But before we do, what I want you to do is make sure your sides are all wiped down, make sure your hands are clean, and you're ready to cook. The recipe that we posted on Class Dojo feeds 4 people. I'm going to make it to feed 2 people, so I'm going to split everything in half. For today's cooking, you will need 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, a large onion, some root ginger, 2 cloves of garlic, 350 grams of butternut squash, 175 grams of basmati rice, 100 grams of red lentils, 75 grams of raisins, 900 ml of vegetable stock, 6 large eggs, and a little bit of coriander. The first thing that we need to do is chop and peel our onion, our ginger and our garlic. Now, I've cheated a little bit and I've already used diced butternut squash. It was frozen, I've defrosted it, and it's all prepped and ready to go. Remember, whenever you're doing any kind of cutting in the kitchen, make sure that there's an adult nearby that's helping you and supervising. Now remember, 2 different ways of cutting. We can use our bridge method or our claw method. For this, Mr. Miller prefers to use a bridge method. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to slice and dice this onion. Popping all of that in there, and as you'll know, this will head to the compost a little bit later. There's a few different ways that you can prepare fresh ginger. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it, and then using a teaspoon I'm just going to take off this skin before grating it. Once I've cut and peeled my ginger, I'm going to use my grater and I'm just going to grate it. What I'm going to do with my garlic cloves is just going to slice the ends off, and then I'm going to peel them, and then once they're peeled I'm going to cut them into small pieces. The next thing that we're going to do is make our stock. I'm going to use vegetable stock. I'm just going to use cubes and boiling water. Again, if you're going to boil the kettle, make sure that there's an adult in your house that's supervising you doing that. Once your kettle has boiled, you can make your stock. Now, If you're making this for 4 people, you need 900 ml. I'm making it for 2, so I'm going to pour out 450 ml of stock. What we're going to do now is we're going to heat some oil in a pan. I'm going to add a tablespoon of oil and heat. If you're cooking for 4 people, it does say add 2 tablespoons. Once that's heated, we're going to add the onions, the ginger and the garlic. Once our oil is hot, the first thing that we're going to add is the onions, and we're going to saute them for around 3 or 4 minutes, just until they start to get soft. Once the onions start to go brown, add your ginger and your garlic. Fry that for another 2 minutes. After a couple of minutes, add your butternut squash, your rice, lentils, 2 tablespoons of curry paste, and your vegetable stock. Once that starts to simmer, add your raisins, give it a little stir, pop a lid on it and then leave it for 10-15 minutes. But we've got another job to do. While your Bonkers biryani is simmering away, what we're going to do is we're going to make some hard-boiled eggs. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can do this. You can pop your eggs in the pan, add cold water, heat the water from cold until it's rolling and boiling, and then time them for about 7 minutes. Or you can do what I'm going to do, which is I'm going to use hot water from the kettle that I've already boiled. I'm going to heat that until it's boiling, and again, I'm going to time them for about 7 minutes. There's a couple of important things to remember while you're cooking on a hob, and that is to always make sure that your saucepans are facing with the handles inwards to make sure that you don't knock anything off. And then if you're going to reach the handles, make sure that your oven's off, and of course make sure that there's an adult in the kitchen helping you all the way through today's cooking. Now, the next bit that we're going to do, I am going to ask the adult in your house to do it. What we need to do is we need to drain the boiling water from the hard-boiled eggs. Once we've drained the water from the hard-boiled eggs, we're going to then run some cold water over them so that they're cool enough for us to peel. So if the adult in the house wants to do that now, then that'd be great. Peeling hard-boiled eggs is great fun. The shell is going to go in my compost, which I will take up to the garden later. But did you know that the box that your eggs come in can also go in your compost? All you need to do, rip it up, and then that is totally compostable. It's time to bring all of our Bonkers biryani together. First thing that we're going to do is we are going to cut our eggs, our hard-boiled eggs, into quarters. I'm again going to use the bridge method to do that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to spoon out our biryani into a dish. Once we've done that, we can add our eggs, and I've already cut up just a little sprinkle of coriander, and our biryani is ready to go. My biryani has turned out wonderfully, and I'm going to eat this right now for my dinner. So thank you so much for joining me today on Cooking with Mr. Miller. The only thing left to say is if you've made a little bit of a mess, just like I have, don't leave it in the adult in your house to tidy it up. Make sure that you're helping as well. Please upload your pictures of you cooking to Class Dojo, and I really can't wait to see them. I'll see you next time on Cooking with Mr. Miller.